Good evening, everybody, or good afternoon, or good morning, wherever you are. Welcome to Dragon Warrior Randomizer. We are in week 2. We have our Group 2 race this evening between HoodyTwoShoes, ryguy3745, Ziggy, and OldVampireLady. Joining me in the booth today is C Parsley. On comms, we also have Flower Power Restreaming, and Omega Strip and Destiny of Dragon Warrior tracking. How's it going tonight, C Parsley?
Well, it should be going well. I hope for these runners they don't get stuck on last night's curse of level 24, but we'll see what the seed rolls.
For sure. We have some Chaos Light tonight. The monsters will have random stats, XP, and gold. But we'll have vanilla abilities. So we know the Red Dragon will have Sleep and Fire Breath. We know Drickies will have Hurt. Stuff like that. We have very fast XP, speed hacks, small map, short and easy Sherlock. There is only one floor to Sherlock tonight, unless you need to go for the vanilla sword chest. And weapon prices will be random. We'll have Summer Sale, possibly. Summer Sale will be tri-stated. And we'll also have Tri-State Treasure Guards, so some of the important items will have Treasure Guards on them. And we also have Tri-State Keys, so we'll know whether we need keys in the first few minutes, or seconds even. If you pick up a key in the throne room, you're going to need keys for the whole race. If you don't, every door is wide open.
Yep, you're just looking to see whether you're going to get a gold in that bag or the key to make it more of a vanilla run.
Yep, the absolute fun part of Chaos, especially tonight, is our spike tiles. They could be interesting to fight. And of course, Dragon Lord 1 is our big thing. It could have hurt more, it could have 255 attack, it could have 255 agility. We don't know, but we will find out closer to the end of the race.
Yep, we run them wide open, and who knows, you might just end up only having a ghost being your spike tile. The runners should be ready to go here in just any second. We're just waiting for them to start.
Our countdown is going in racetime.gg. And here we go. We've got 4 racers in our throne room. They'll talk to the king, pick up these first couple of chests. The chest in the back is the one we want to watch for key. Let's see what happens. We've got an herb. We've got another herb. And we've got a magic key. So keys are needed tonight. We have Radiant and Repel to start. This key will disappear to get out of this room.
Yep, and the reason, of course, you check the spells is if you can find some way to get out, then you can keep the key and kind of like shortcut a lot of your beginning run.
So we start off on Ryguy's screen. We can see a town just to the east. Everyone else has gone to the west or still in the throne room. We're all fighting here to see if we can get a level. Ryguy is going to head straight for that town. It's Caitlin. So we have some cheaper weapons, and possibly some really cheap weapons.
But we have no money.
We can sell our herbs?
Yeah, but to do that, we'd have to find a weapon price under, what, 24?
I did see something there for 2 gold. Our 2 players on the left have gotten to level 4 by killing a Star Wyvern. That's a 2 gold broadsword, so Ryguy has a broadsword immediately.
That's nice. I'll take that deal every day of the week. He's also going to go check the bottom one. The third one, of course, is going to be locked, and we will need these in this version.
2 gold chainmail.
That's some pretty cheap items, and say, please come to my town. So I ran a few of these seeds last night, but most of mine were coming up like 14,000 just for the clothes.
Okay, Ryguy also going to pick up a couple of torches. They act like they're hurt spell, but they can't miss your enemy. Or they can't be resisted.
And that's what, about 8 to 14?
Torch is 6 to 9, I think. The Drakima does not like it.
Yeah, I was going to say, Drakima will not be your one to try to get the 4, like Hoodie and Ziggy already have.
Ziggy has found the grave somewhere close, is going in to see if the first 3 chests have anything. But a slime hits him for 29.
What a big slime. He's grown up.
Looks like our Star Wyvern is the enemy we want to kill first.
We got a fairy flute and the token right next door to each other, followed by a nice little herb.
Ooh, another cave here.
Unfortunately, all they could do is the top, and the other one is the jerk.
So Ziggy off for a bit of exploration. The two caves were just northwest. Ryguy's, after killing a Star Wyvern by the look of it, is also at level 4. Ziggy's fighting another one now. OldVampireLady hasn't managed to kill anything yet, I don't think.
Right, but remember, Ryguy is the only one, I believe, with weapons.
Yes, I believe Ryguy is the only one that went to the east at all and happened to see the town. He also picked up level 5 there with Heal More. And Heal.
Yep, the Mall of America of Alfgard.
Ziggy and Hoodie both getting level 5 at the same time. They're pretty much in sync with each other here. Other than the fact that Ziggy's been to back.
Except you do get Healmore there at 5. Sorry about that for you, Cyberdark.
No worries.
Meanwhile, VampireLady cannot get out of that first level.
She has seen those caves, though, and may go back to them eventually. Ryguy's going to switch out his chainmail for a half plate.
And Ziggy finally finds out Catelyn.
And Hoodie's got the 200.
Goes to the broadsword way away. Picking up that $2 one. Going to pick the half plate. Even though, of course, we know the other one was available at $2 as well at the other store.
So OldVampireLady now, after having seen the two caves, is going to go straight for them. Might get lucky and get the Star Wyvern down. I'm not sure. Star Wyvern is what she needs to kill for sure. Hasn't gone to the east yet to see Catelyn, but it doesn't have any gold, so it won't make a whole lot of difference.
Oh, you could, as long as she still has an herb, she can still play the same play that Ryguy did earlier.
Indeed she could. But right now, using the herbs to take down the Star Wyvern, I think will do her a little bit better.
Yep, if she can get it down, I believe she only has 1 or 2 more hits needed.
And there it is. It should be level 4.
And since we missed it before, that is 5, 18, 19, and 23. Sorry, 28. And VampireLady does pick the right one of the two going into grave.
Comes upon a red slime that... Oh, wow. 26 damage.
Both of our slimes today are hitting above their class.
Oh, looks like someone took down a Wyvern for 239 experience. That must be
our new. Yep, that is our new top enemy to go ahead and try to level up with so far. And there's another level.
A couple of Fairy Waters by the look of it. 3, 13, 4, and 3 for level 9.
Yep, but if I know that, I'd say I'd try to get a quick little boost, pick up 2, 3, 4 levels, and then get ready to move on. I don't know, the Goldman might not be the best play for that. Now she will pick up her, they will pick up their fairy flute and the token, along with the herb.
Slime has lots of HP. And is going to take...
And hitting hard too. Yep. Back to start, Ryguy goes. Meanwhile, VampireLady is able to get her 2 pieces, the Erdrick's token and the flute.
Unfortunately, we can't sell the flute for lots of money.
No, a lot of people love to do that, especially when the speed hacks aren't on, due to the time of the music play to be able to get the golem to sleep. And especially in this, golem could be a pushover, so why bother?
for sure, but you want to be positive that it's not a spike tile first. Ryguy going
True.
back to fairy water seems to be the process. Ziggy has found Breckenary. We have another shop here. Well, full plate
And
for
we have a
54,
we have a flame sword for 187.
Yeah, both good buys. Definitely upgrades. Metal slimes here are worth killing from what I've seen. They're one-hit kills at level 8. Give about 80 experience, so if you see one, you definitely swing.
For those who haven't seen this before, that's why you have to try everybody at least once, because you may be passing up somebody who can give you 200, 300, 400 experience. However, you may also find out after punching everybody they only gave you 2. Like there, someone got a red slime down, it was 8 experience, 3 gold. After they were hitting 26 on the red slime against you.
Hoodie fighting a wizard, I mean, could possibly be some decent experience, but wizards do have hurt more.
While that's going on, Ryguy does get hurt, their flame sword.
Druids have a very high agility, hard to run from them, and they're only doing about 1 damage.
Ryguy just found out where you can trade into silver harp once it's available.
OldVampireLady catching up a little bit now, getting closer to Hoodie's experience total. Has gotten up to level 6.
Meanwhile, these strength numbers are still low for 6, 7, and 9.
Oh, there's Hurtmore at level 10.
Just what the doctor ordered.
So pretty much at this phase now, if you have Hurtmore, you try it on everything you see. Unless you know it already goes down to 1 hit with your current weapon. This ghost is extremely resistant to Hurtmore.
He has 1 out of 3 so far. Has got over 100 HP.
OldVampireLady has finally found Caitlin, it seems.
And level 7 for HoodyTwoShoes, picking up the Heal More spell.
Also finding Caitlin here. So, regardless of whether you got gold or not, that broadsword is probably the best deal at the moment. The flame sword, of course, once you get to Breckenary, but that broadsword is definitely the starting weapon you want. And the full plate at 54, if you have the gold, is much better than the chainmail, but if not, the chainmail is there for 2 gold. We have yet to see a magic armor and silver shield. They're the 2 we're hoping are fairly cheap. Wolflord is running away at level 10. Ah, radishes for Hoodie. Excellent.
That gives him plus 5 in my book. Radish races are still going on. Just take a look for your time and channel here or on other channels that we do run here at our DW Randomizer.
Ghosts have no defense, but a lot of HP.
150. And they will drop 265 experience points if you do take one down.
But good luck without hurt, or with, you have to swing. Hurtmore is rarely ever going to hit. Can put him to sleep, though. That's probably the best way to do this. Of course, for that we need sleep. Ziggy has it. Ryguy has it. None of the others do.
The sleep and hack job, if you want to do it. Ryguy, however, is trying.
Imagine Wyvern
Without
hit for
the sleep bar.
67 that time.
There he does get one down, sees the numbers, and probably go, well, that might be worth it as he picks up level 11.
We've got Hoodie working on a golem up here. Put it to sleep, I'm assuming with the fairy flute. It's doing 30 damage, which is a bit normal, honestly.
Yep, and he's only getting about 6 points on his swings.
Has some high agility there. Usually you can run from a golem, no problem. This one does not like it, but he'll put him to sleep here and try again. There we go.
That golem must have gone to Japan and practiced in a sumo dojo.
This is another town here for Hoodie. This is Breckenary, so she'll pick up a flame sword and full blade here, most likely.
It looks like all 4 of the guys should be having that flame sword now, except Old Vampire Lady.
She keeps going to the northeast here. I think that's where Breckenary is.
One of the more interesting things of this, even though you couldn't go, of course, to Catlin and get coordinates, it is also possible just by walking, you might hit the treasure guard on that stun tile and go, that shouldn't be there, and dig right there for you instead of worrying about your coordinates. But of course, that's a needle in a haystack.
Very much, and the only way you know that for sure is if you try to run and you push back a step. You could try after killing every enemy you know is in that pool, the Wyvern being one of them, and the Green Dragon, of course. But that's a lot of searching you don't need to do, really.
True.
Also, in this case, because treasure guards are tri-state, the search spot may not have a treasure guard.
Also is true. Very nice little 80 points for that metal slime for Hoodie.
Vampire Lady now here in Breckenary should pick up full plate and the flame sword. Looks to have enough gold for both.
And it looks like we have stats up for Golem. Only 43 hit points, but does have a high agility, as we were noting, of 70. But only will give you 9 experience points when you finish.
Yeah, so this is a sleep and run. Our guy finds the Magic Wyvern and does a lot of damage to him, but only gives him 6 experience in return. Oh, apparently hit for 103. Wow.
Yep, and this is where most of your runners will at least keep a list or something, though, so they can mark which ones are good, which ones are bad, and which ones to avoid.
Yeah, the smart runners would do that.
Just like that wizard there with only 18 experience, it's probably not going to be somebody he's going to go and take a second fight with.
Same with the Green Dragons at 33, although it does get Old Vampire Lady up to level 9. A Scorpion here, I think it's the first time I've seen that, or the first time I have. Some gold, but not enough experience.
Nope, and this seed is one of those where you are never out of it, so do not ever count yourself out or count anyone else out because of the situation, especially with the Dragon Lord at the end.
Don't count yourself out. That's the name of another week? Or at least it was in the past. Of course, talking about no numbers in week 7, any players that move on to the playoffs, to the second round of the playoffs, will run a seed with no numbers. You have to figure out what everyone has. You don't know your own stats, you don't know the enemies, what they're hitting you for. You can see how many digits, but that's about it. You don't see any numbers in the game until you start fighting DL2. That's always a
Welcome
fun
to Hack and Slash.
We do have guaranteed no numbers week.
2 for 1 there in Rumildar only gives you gold, but Ziggy is the first, I think, that has found Rumildar, so we'll have keys.
Magician's hitting like trucks, apparently. Oh, Ziggy also finds Gernham.
As they quickly runs back to Geringham, so now he can go behind the wall.
We've got 3 chests in a cave back there. We are missing quite a few caves. Ryguy there as well. Gonna check on some items. No silver shield or magic armor.
Well, we've seen the Grave, we've seen Jerk and Harp trade in. So we have the rest of them still that could be back there.
Ryguy not having keys has to leave, but should find them shortly.
Yeah, especially since Rumildar is just north of Geringham.
So Ziggy gonna head on back. OldVampireLady picks up level 10 and hurt more while this is going on. We have gold. We have a key. Replacement key is always nice. And we have more gold, so you could do a gold grind there if Geringham or Rumildar had something useful, but it doesn't seem like they do.
And actually, we've had enough cheap items that we've almost got everything all set up anyway. And it looks like we're back in the mountain.
5 chests here as well. Ziggy makes it to level 12 here, a little bit behind Ryguy. First chest in mountain is a fairy water.
Always useful.
Second chest is some gold.
I'm gonna go for the 2 at the top. Well, we saw the red slime didn't pay off much, so I guess we're gonna find out if the blue one does. And the blue does pay off decently at 119.
Yeah, at current level's not too hard to take him down. Up top here, we've got gold and another key.
And we have 1 chest left down around to the outside.
OldVampireLady finding a dead end in the swamp here. Ryguy has found an Axe Knight. Does have sleep. Of course, vanilla abilities. It keeps putting Ryguy to sleep as well. High agility, can't run away. Come on, Ryguy, try another hurt more. It's gonna put the Axe Knight to sleep and run that way. Okay. That's how you need to know your utility spells, especially in Chaos. This can help. The Golem is going to be the same thing here, but we do have the Fairy Flute.
And we have another fairy water in the field.
And we did see Sherlock there, and I thought I spotted a town off to the northeast of it.
Level 14 for Ryguy.
Comes in across another cave here to the west of Sherlock. It's the Stones of Sunlight Cave. Free stuff for everyone. It is a dragon scale.
Re-equip it to get your 2 points of defense.
Ziggy's headed in that direction as well now. Hoodie is in Geringham checking out the shop. OldVampireLady gets to level 11 by killing a Druid.
Fortunately, Hoodie will have to leave as he doesn't have keys and goes south instead of north. If you gone north, you hit Rimmler. One of the major things in a lot of these runs is just an ill-fated turn one way or the other could keep you from some vital information the other runners may have.
Indeed. Hoodie took out a Wraith Knight there. It's going to take a hurt more to take it out. Gives you 100 experience. It's kind of worth it.
Especially if you're close to a town and can re-heal.
Poltergeists have high agility. 9 experience.
But no well prize for it, though.
I did notice Brian Williams earlier using the Poltergeist command, and indeed, they are the worst.
Thing is, we're still looking for Hawk's Nest from basically our first idea of what we might run into in Sherlock.
Speaking of Hawk's Nest, Ziggy has found it. This is the first spike tile we will have seen so far. That we know of, anyway. It's an Axe Knight.
And it's an Axe Knight.
How vanilla.
That's vanilla. We said vanilla abilities, we didn't say vanilla monsters.
Hurtmore is missing constantly. Looks like we're going to want to put this one to sleep and start swinging. Seems to have, I would imagine, a 15 or a 16 resist here.
Well, with vanilla abilities, I believe that is true.
The stats are not vanilla, though. Just the abilities, so in this case, sleep. Check calling out for Fairy Water usage. You did do 1 damage when he swung at the Axe Knight. So you're going to want your Fairy Water to guarantee a certain amount of damage, up to 16. I think it's 8 to 16. We have a single Fairy Water will take it down, but it has max agility.
Oh dear.
And max hurt and sleep resist. Max hurt and sleep resist too, wow.
Yeah, and if you actually have a way to get by that 7 points, it might not be that bad because you can do 1 swing for 88 per shot.
Well, the Fairy Water and the Torch.
We have a big sword, the stick in the treasury.
Very nice, and a Death Necklace in coal.
Spider's Ring is well in that treasury, as well as the torch.
Right, so I think Ryguy actually put the Axe Knight to sleep earlier. He got the 1 in 16. But yeah, when you go in the Hawk's Nest now, you're going to want a Torch or a Fairy Water. Torch has, I think Brian Williams pointed out, 85% roughly to kill the Axe Knight. I think a Fairy Water is guaranteed.
Yes, they don't miss.
I hope the Axe Knight has the armor. I really do.
Especially since he's only holding a mere 7 hit points. Well, we have the fun police, but are they going to be a police? Oh, they got sleep.
Yep, guaranteed to have sleep in this flag set. And they're doing 31 damage, so that's pretty good, but able to run away.
They may be hitting good, but they might also be like that Axe Knight only holding, say, 15 or 16 hit points. If somebody can get that far.
So we've got all the runners now between level 12 and 14. All of them have HP that's amazing, actually. The 2 top runners with 134 HP could technically use the Death Necklace for Dragonlord 2, but it's Dragonlord 1 you need to worry about.
And Ziggy gets the unfortunate news, the underneath of Tangentil, of course, being the Tablet Cave, only having a key, and since they already loaded up, it's empty.
Ah, zoot. He is checking the lock shop in Cantlin. There's no silver shield. So yeah, HP is great for all runners, and agility is actually fairly good for all runners. MP is getting there. It's our strength is really our big thing right now in our gear.
Are there any shops we haven't seen yet? I mean, any towns?
I haven't noticed what's in the coal shop, or the Rimmeldar shop, but I'm
Oh,
sure
we have
they've
a
already been
transfer,
checked.
and we do have coordinates.
North is nice. I can't really pick out what the west was there.
I thought it was 6935, but our trackers should get it up. There it is. Yep,
There we
69
go, yep.
north, 35 west. We have two of the best trackers in the industry tonight.
For sure. We've got Destiny of Dragon Warrior and Shihali tracking for us.
Ryguy about to find out the cost of 2 keys just gives you a pile of gold. But he is the second person who actually now has the ability for keys, while Hoodie and Old Vampire still do not. Meanwhile, Hoodie's trying to chop through that whole 7 hit points.
Also, I'm sorry, Omega. That's why I couldn't see Shihali in the chat. I was confused.
I didn't want to correct you, but I was like, Shihali.
I'm just used to tracking with Shihali. I did last night. Bort likes to play Skeletons, our second tracker. Usually Omega Strip or Beta Strip in Discord. Who tonight is a Star Wyvern, apparently. There's been a lot of races in the last 2 weeks.
That I can definitely vouch for. As Ryguy now heads on down to the mountain cave.
Flower, I was just reading back through chat. Sleep is on the X-Lane in vanilla, yeah. That's one of the bad things about running and trying to get your armor early in vanilla is you have to stop spell the X-Lane immediately so you can survive sleep, and you hope you can't sleep so you have extra attacks. OldVampireLady working on this X-Knight here, but it casts sleep, unfortunately, and may take her down. It's not overly strong. It's just that you can't run, and it has a lot of defense.
And he does get the stop spell, but of course then the X-Lane goes directly for an attack. Right for the heart more, but unfortunately we already know that's 15/16 of a shot. Sleep gets blocked as well, now trying to run and not getting away. Still no attack. 1 point, 6 to go.
Oh, manages to run.
X-Knight, our new version of the Metal Slime. And that golem went down in 1 shot.
Yep, that's nice. Unfortunately, it doesn't give a lot of experience. Stoneman goes down pretty quick too, but only 4 experience from it.
Yep, so stay away from anybody big. Wolflord also went down 1 shot and gave better than both of the big men combined.
Ziggy has picked up a Gwalen. Ryguy now checking out the treasury in Tantagel should pick up a sword, if he doesn't already have it. A fighter's ring as well.
Vampire sent home. Ziggy has a GPS, the Guadalupe Protection Service. And Ryguy about to find to get disappointed due to the loading up the keys before going down.
So Ziggy and OldVampireLady here are pretty much even in experience. Hoodie has taken over the lead from Ryguy. Ryguy's still above the other two. Of course, Ryguy has done his grind and is now searching. Where, unfortunately, empty there.
Yeah, we still need the stones and, of course, the silver harp.
Right, now we know there's something in, or we assume there's something in Oxness under that Axonite. There are coordinates I don't think we found yet. And
of course, we have the bottom two still engraved.
Right, we haven't been down there yet.
So that gives us 4 before we have to worry about Sherlock.
Now we know our stones and our harp cannot be in Sherlock. So they are most likely one of those 4 places. Or guaranteed to be at one of those 4 places.
2 of those 4 are that. And then we still have the Death Necklace, armor, that can be elsewhere.
Death Necklace has been found. I think that was in Mountain. Ah, Coal. Death Necklace was a search spot in Coal.
Oh yeah, it was the search in Coal there. Ryguy finally has their coordinate. Ziggy's using Wetland trying to find the location.
OldVampireLady in here in Garrenham now. She's gonna leave, and if she goes north, she'll find the keys, but she's going south.
And she's going south again.
Ziggy checking his coordinates. We are just a few steps away. And that's our harp.
Well, that gives us the harp, which of course you'll have to take to the trading cave to get the staff, before you can use it as one of the 3, of course, for the rainbow drop. Which means we have 3 spots left for the stones. Level 15 for Ryguy with 14, 1, 11, and 4.
108 attack power, 78 defense. Of course, we're still missing our Erdrick's armor. Large shield looks to be the biggest shield you can get in the game. Doesn't seem to be a silver anywhere.
That is one of the problems with a randomizer, is things can get shuffled where one or more of the items you normally have been in the game just don't come up anywhere.
Ziggy is back in Hoxness, goes to attack the red dragon, immediately gets put to sleep, wakes up and attacks again.
For a whole 6 points.
Alright, let's see what he does with the Axonite here now. I do believe he has some fairy water there. But gets immediately put to sleep.
See how long this happens if he gets stun locked. That's 3, 4, 5 rounds.
Max is 6. It's gonna stop spell. Nope, just going for the attack.
Yeah, and so sprinkling the fairy water, I believe they definitely do have some.
Just might not be thinking about it. I mean, it's usually, there we go. It's usually something you use early on in the game. You don't see it so much in the end.
He's probably just like, really, that's all it took. And there's the stones.
Excellent, so that's all our items we need. We still have the 2 chests in the bottom of the grave that could contain the Erdrick's armor, but with the short Sherlock, I'd try diving Sherlock to get those 6 chests first.
Yeah, that would do better. Just go trade in, get your drop, try those 6, and only if those 6 fail, think about the deep drive.
Meanwhile, Ryguy is in grave and has picked up chest 4, which was a cursed belt. So there's only one chest left there now.
Is he going to be rewarded with that 5th and final, or is he going to be a dud?
Did I see a silver there in coal? If I did, it was expensive. Hoodie didn't pick it up.
And
no,
it's
that
a
was a
verb,
small.
it's a dud. Meanwhile, Hoodie gets their death necklace. We know Gray's a dud, so the sword has got to be in Sherlock.
We're still looking for about 22 strength from level 15. So even with the sword, Ryguy's only doing 108 attack, which means you're only doing 2 and 4 in a Dragon Lord 2.
Yeah. Which means you're basically pink. Now, would this be a decent grind though if you go say load up on Fairy Waters and just come back and Fairy Water the heck out of these X-Knights in Hawks?
It wouldn't be bad. It depends on how far away Hawksness is from a town, like from Breckenridge or Cantlin. If it's close by, not so bad at all. And Cantlin is close to home, so you can technically die and walk back. It's your walk. It's how long you need to walk to get there.
And Magi Wyverns are now going to be on the do not attack list as they only give you 6.
So I believe we found out earlier that the spike tile in Swamp Cave was a magician, which were fairly strong as well. So Omega's saying there's too short of a grind cycle relying on Fairy Waters. You're only getting 5 or 6 per run. So yeah, Brian Williams pointing out as well, check that grind tile in Sherlock because it's not that hard to get to, and it could be something better.
And the reason my partner is referring to that is since with short Sherlock we drop you right in the basement to start, you don't have to go through the 5-6 level of Sherlock to get there. And in this version we take the stun tile that's normally before you get into Catlin and put it there right before the Dragon Lord.
So that magician was one of our spike tiles. 159 HP, which means you're going to need a few hurt mores. 211 attack.
And he's only giving you 1 experience point.
Yeah, not exactly what you want, and is very resistant to sleep. Not resistant to hurt more at all, so you will hit it, but it's going to hit you back.
And also decent on the stop spell, but of course you're just blocking the 50% time of the level 1 hurt spell.
Right, which at this point you don't really care much about. You're rathering he casts hurt than tries to attack.
True. Time to pick up the gold package for HoodyTwoShoes with 2 of those and the replacement key.
And OldVampireLady gets her death necklace.
Everybody just needs to do a little bit of the homework left, including the one who's got them all. Just needs to remember where the 2 trading caves are. That would be Ziggy.
Ziggy has the rainbow drop, actually. Has picked it up already. So it's grind now. Grind and go.
Ah, my apologies.
Ryguy is a little off on his count.
He's going to have the count because I do not believe when we saw from Ziggy that a guard popped up. So there isn't going to be that kind of help.
Unless they've already killed it.
And unlike Ziggy, they have not gone ahead and saved Guadalupe, so they do not have the GPS. Sorry, Wayland, my apologies, there's no deed in Guadalupe.
Ziggy is lowest in experience points right now, I think, but has all the items he needs, so we'll catch up very quickly. Next would be OldVampireLady, who's still searching for a lot of things, but has managed to keep a fairly even experience point gain. And Hoodie and
Yep,
Ryguy are up there very high, about 2,000 above the other two.
and that is very well because Vampire was, for the longest time, our last place position for experience.
Yep, she had a much rougher start trying to get that Star Wyvern. Hoodie equips the fighter's ring that he picked up there in the treasury.
And Ziggy seems to be going in to check their luck.
With Short Charlock, this is the play here. You want to go in, you want to find Erdrick's armor as fast as you can. It's going to help leveling. And then go check that spike tile, see what you can come across.
Alrighty, folks in chat. Time for the pyramid. Which one's got it? 51, 152, 250, or 3? So far, 3 down, no sword. Not sorry, no armor. 2 left, the 250 and 3 are all that remain.
Judge's table is still an option.
And it
It's
will
still
be
a
the
very
judge's
good
table.
option.
It is the judge's table.
Alright, so what happens here? When you're rounding the corner around Charlock, there is an extra staircase that is not normally there. That staircase will lead you back down through the normal levels you would go through. You have to go through the horizontal room, the U-shaped room, and then you come out into the room that branches off to the normal vanilla sword spot. You take that path and go that way, get your sword, then you can... Probably the best thing to do is outside and come back in.
So, just correct me, that basically will take you to the long open room first when you take that extra ladder, right? Well, step.
Correct. Chat's seeming to think that perhaps Ziggy has not seen another cave or something like that, or maybe just doesn't want to dive Sherlock.
That is possible. You might figure I need to level up a few anyway. So just grind and go.
Has found some Axelites right outside and immediately uses the torch. Ziggy hasn't seen Cole.
Oh! So Ziggy doesn't have their death necklace.
No, and more importantly, it might think it's still the armor.
Well, the question for the rest of our runners, Ryguy, HoodyTwoShoes, and VampireLady, is how quickly they can close the gap in experience of knowing what's where on the map, while Ziggy continues to look around for Cole.
Ryguy here in a dark cave fighting a magician, so probably going for Gwaelin if I had to guess. OldVampireLady is still missing her stones and harp, so has not seen a lot of things yet. According to Destiny, has not seen Rimildar and Hoxus. That she was very, very close to Rimildar when she found Garenham, but just went in the wrong direction, which a couple of her runners did, actually.
Yep, both of them went south instead of north out of the Garenham. Meanwhile, Hoodie's taking the, we know ain't gonna be fruitful deep dive of grave.
Ryguy currently returning Gwaelin to the king. Ziggy finds Cole.
So that gap will close pretty quickly, because as soon as as soon as Ziggy finds out, of course, being just the death necklace here, and put this table right back on the floor. And Ziggy's got to be thinking, where in the heck is my armor?
Ziggy should know now it's the only chest he has not picked up.
Hoody's about to get that final bad news herself. With the pet.
I believe Ziggy has picked up a large shield yet.
My apologies for Hoody. He managed to there. Hoody is running with the Techno Bowl set of sprites.
Correct. Ryguy using the Gwalen positioning system now and finding is very close to the coordinates. Alright, Ziggy and Sherlock again.
And there it is. He's got himself his heart.
So we go for this staircase here, and we just work our way out as you would normally go through Sherlock backwards. Go through these two floors and you get to the floor where you would split off. Of course, one usually doesn't walk backwards out of Sherlock.
No, at that point, you're usually either outsiding or taking a death walk and you're dead. Alrighty, well, Ziggy makes those pass through to the judge's table. The rest of the guys are on, the rest of the players, sorry, are on the clock.
Rogue Scorpion, I don't remember seeing many of them, and they're actually pretty decent on experience.
And Ryguy's the second with the rainbow drop.
Alright, here's our chest and there's the armor. Immediate outside.
The only problem now is it looks like we're going to need a heal up and probably some grinding.
Oh wow, old Vampire Lady finally finds Ribbledar and picks up her keys.
50 minutes in, that is. Gotta hurt.
Knows where most other things are now, so should be able to start knocking stuff out really quick.
If she remembers just south of here to get back to Garringham. Remembers to double tap, unfortunately, it's gonna be gold.
Ziggy apparently did not have large, but now has large, so the tracker was right. Large shield at 3,440, so Old Vampire Lady does not have enough gold there.
And but silver, a no-go. Ziggy heading back to Rimbledar.
Seems to think the Axeland is the decent grind, as long as he's picked up a few torches or some fairy water.
Actually, at these higher levels, we might be able to start hitting for more than just 1 point, which could take down that 7 pretty quickly.
So at level 17, Ryguy has 123 attack, which if we get a Dragon Lord that is... a Dragon Lord 2, that is sleep heavy, it's not that bad if you can hit your stop spell. It has Death Necklace too, so technically is at 133. Ziggy equipped the Death Necklace?
Be a little weird to do it here, but...
Trying to get enough attack power to do more damage. Knows that the Axeland only has less than 10 HP. It's trying to do a little bit of extra damage, but just not enough.
Well, unfortunately, at that point, you are going to have to stay out of Tangential, because King will kick you out. And also, if you die, we'll leave you with just 1 hit point, and no recover of your magic.
Tries to sell the Fairy Flute to get some room for Fairy Water or Torches.
And the shopkeeper's like, why do I want this thing?
So chat's right here. We really want to go check that other spike. Ziggy has not seen the spike in Sherlock. It could be something better. The Axonite is not a bad grind. It's not an efficient grind. It's not a bad grind, though. But that Sherlock spike could be something much, much better.
And Ryguy is taking the trip down to Judge's table.
Hoodie picks up Gwaylin, is going for that set of coordinates there. And Old Vampire Lady is in Mountain Cave.
What do you think if we're using technical characters? Do they hold Gwaylin like a football?
Apparently we have some match wyverns in mid-Sherlock. Ryguy does not get through to get Erdrick's armor.
Means he'll have to take another run and lose a little more time to do so. Vampire's knocked off. Mountain Cave now knowing it ain't there.
So Magic Wyverns will go down to her hurt more, as normal. It's only 3 out of 16 resist. It's not bad at all. But if it manages to hit you, you're toast.
Yeah, especially if they sleep you ahead of time with that 50% sleep. They are possibly back attack, one-shot stoners for you. Better to avoid them at all possible if you can.
Well, Ryguy cast Repel this time, is going to go and dive again.
Yep, doesn't repel the red dragon, but might repel one or more of the others.
Ziggy picks up the scene here.
Sorry. Meanwhile, Hoodie's trying to use Gwaylin to get the item. Which, of course, will be the final piece they need before trading him. And Magi Wyvern sends Ryguy back again.
Nice. Ziggy's grinding outside of town here. I think that's Cantlin, I'm not sure.
I believe so. I believe if you go a little more to the right, you'll see an engine more invade. Meanwhile, Vampire Lady trying as hard and as fast as they can to go ahead and is trying to find a Magic Wyvern, which we already know is not a great fight, but does manage to get away.
Alright, Ryguy going for attempt number 3.
Third time hopefully might be the charm for him, but we'll find out here in a moment. Oh, and the red dragon sleeps him.
Old Vampire Lady has now found Swamp Cave and decides, nope, that's not where I want to go. And there we go, finds coal. Pick up the Death Necklace if nothing else. Well, she already has a Death Necklace. She's been here before.
Yeah, but it's a good place to go ahead and get your power restored.
Hoodie's going to pick up the Staff of Rain here.
Yep, now the only thing he'll need, of course, is the Zircane. Old Vampire does find Hawks and is going to have the 7-point Axonite Spider Rebel.
So let's see now if she knows to use the Fairy Water. She's going to have to fight the first time. does no damage and immediately put to sleep. Ryguy barely gets away from a Magic Wyvern.
And doing everything, trying to find and get that damn armor. Third trip down.
Okay, Vampire Lady casts Stop Spell. It's gonna try the Hurtmore now.
Unfortunately, the Hurtmores are 15, 16.
Ryguy did manage to pick up his armor that time.
And
excellent move! She got an excellent move on the Hex Knight!
Suka Deutsche! There it is, and go ahead and have your Stones of Sunlight. And she's probably like, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah, it's, the Fairy Water and Torch play is a little bit of a more advanced strategy. Not extremely advanced by any means, but more advanced than a lot of newer runners are used to. And Old Vampire Lady has only been around for about a year, so I would understand if she's not familiar, especially, again, doing it with higher level enemies. But, doesn't matter. It gets through it the hard way. Just crit.
And the reason for that, of course, in the vanilla version, we do not have the torch and the fairy water available as weapons. It's only here in the randomizer have they been available as weapons.
Sorry.
The Dragon Lord in the meantime, yes. 100, what was that, 198?
51 and then 103, I believe. Yeah, we're not going to put up the DL1 stats until someone gets through it.
Thou art not just dead, thou art roasty toasty dead.
Alright, so...
Ziggy's about ready to find out.
Let's see what Ziggy does. Thou art a fool. Gonna cast Stop Spell immediately is certainly a good thing to do. Hits for 64. Doesn't realize... okay, goes to attack, does 27, and then gets hit for 52. So, Ziggy hasn't seen the full strength of the Dragon Lord yet.
And they do have the Death Necklace on, so they can't heal.
So 51 and 103, they would be the two extremes, I would imagine. We're pretty close to it.
You would have to think pretty close to it. But still, knowing a DL1 that hits for a minimum of 50-ish. After that, you certainly would hope he rolled low in the HP department.
For sure, and to put this in perspective, I mean, normally when you're playing Dragon Warrior Randomizer in general, you'd want 86 defense, because that way Dragon Lord 2, and in this case would still be correct, can't hit you for any more than 48 physical damage, and 48 is the max that a Dragon Lord 2 Breath or DL2 Breath would hit you for. So that would be, 86 is where you want to be because you know you're not getting hit for any more than 58. That way, if you're 49 HP or above, you attack again. This is not going to count for that. Again, DL2 will be the same. DL1 with 84 defense, so just 2 off of what we would normally have, is still hitting for 103.
Meanwhile, Hoody's about ready to go in for the first time to find out those high numbers. And Old Vampire is going to finally get the coordinates.
Brian saying you're just hoping for a triple to get you through. I mean, yeah. I'd maybe try sleep, just to see what happens.
Yeah, we saw the Hurtmore wasn't working. I mean, the other one wasn't working. Maybe the sleep will instead of Stop Spell. And with those high rolls, and we haven't seen anything else, they might not have any spells on DL1.
No, we certainly haven't seen any as of yet. So the Randomizer spike here.
And they're actually a very good spike for the players as they're down to just one hurt more.
Hoodie putting on the death necklace ahead of time, wants that extra attack.
And the Droll Magi is perfect for that hurt more, as you can see, with 53. 69, by the way, for the first Dragon Lord one hit.
Nice. And there's 94.
That we're dead. So dead.
Hoodie did try to sleep. I commend that. You had to try. Ziggy back to that Axe Knight. Casting Stop Spell. The Axe Knight's only hitting him for 1, and he's hitting the Axe Knight for 2, so it's only a few swings. This is just like fighting a metal slime.
Yeah, but you're only picking up, what is it, about 80 experience points per attack? Isn't there a place where we can find maybe a couple hundred points instead, or is it just because it's so set up by the spike that this still becomes good?
So, in general, a spike tile is better because you know you're getting it every 2 steps. But that doesn't always mean it's fast. I mean, with very fast XP here, getting a level 18 shouldn't be too bad on this, but there are probably better grinds, yes. Yeah, the Axe Knight rolled a 15 or 16 hurt resist. And 200 and something agility. 255 agility, I thought it was.
But it's 9,500 need to go to get to that next level for the Hoodie and Ziggy.
Of course, we know level 18 is not going to be enough because Ryguy has already tried.
And it'd be 11,000, so just 289 more for Ryguy level 19.
So, I believe we said earlier we didn't want a level 24 finish, but, yeah.
We're hitting there.
See, in the other state, at least everyone was hitting level 24, from what I understand, fairly early. Like, there was a decent grind. This here is no.
And we don't have any good high 2, low 3, easy head out individual. The Ghost is one of the closest, but that's a several strike.
Although, Hoodie's got a decent grind up here. I saw Wraith Knight go down to a single hit for just over 100. I saw something else for 119. That's this Rogue Scorpion. The Poltergeist, I believe, had some decent experience. Oh no, sorry, it didn't have decent gold.
And Ryguy, while you were talking, didn't hit level 19. Looked long in the stats. I think he may take a shot at seeing what it did to the Dragon Lord.
It's up to 86 defense right on the dot. That's not gonna help much.
And that's where it looks like he's going. He ain't going back to the grind. The only problem with this is that if you have to expend way too much of your resources to get through Dragon Part 1, the problem then, of course, with what you got left to get through the second form.
Yeah, so DL2 can have, I think it's 100 HP, which is fairly low. Normally running around 150 to 165. Dragonlord 2 could be simple, could be bad. That Magic Wyvern just hit for 102.
Magic Wyvern had to borrow a little bit of the Dragon Lord there for a moment.
So not only do we have to make it to DL1, or make it through DL1, we have to make it to him as well. OldVampireLady here going for Gwaelin. We'll fight this Magician. Should be able to get through pretty easily.
And the longer this goes where you can't get through Dragon 1, it's going to help out, especially Hoodie and Old Vampire. Try to play catch-up.
Also, Aaron, I thought that was the point. Or at least that's the way I think of it.
Remember,
yeah,
if you're catching...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, if you're catching us later on YouTube, remember we do these live on Twitch. Come join us. We'd love to have you in our chat.
For sure. So now we've got Old Vampire Lady rescuing Gwaylin. We'll go and try to get that harp that's on the coordinates, I believe. Ziggy and Hoodie are just grinding. And Ryguy's a little bit ahead, but seems to be grinding as well. Nobody wants to go yet.
Well, I think Ryguy got shocked senseless when they had that magic wyvern who knocked him for that 104. However, Ryguy is in his normal little field picking up those ghosts, which is right next door to Charlotte.
Ooh, Ryguy took down something that time for 265 experience. I missed what it was.
Yeah, that's a ghost.
Ooh, okay.
That's the one that has about the 140, 150 hit points.
But it's not doing any damage to you. So just swing and... yeah, just swing at it a few times. That's your grind. That's for sure the grind you want to have. If it's in a zone with decent enemies, anyway.
Yeah, it was dangerous earlier, but as you now here at 1819, you've got the defense to take. That punch is just basically 4 or 5 swings at that 49 to 50 punching.
And Hoodie stayed in that desert for a long time, seems to like that grind. Ziggy is focusing mostly on Hoxton's. There we go, we're definitely going to want to swing, because we're not doing much with Hurtmore here on the Ghost.
That seems to be your ticket to high-level fast. And everything else in that area isn't too bad, at least runnable like the Golem.
Uh-oh, Ziggy was put to sleep by the Badger Wyvern and then hit for 90.
Ziggy, please take this one trip back to home, and unfortunately you'll be kicked out immediately due to your death necklace.
Of course, having Caitlin here next door is good, as long as you're getting at least 100 gold every time. Now, I don't think that's an issue. I think we're getting enough gold for sure. Because eventually you may get taken out there, not have 100 gold, not able to heal. Of course, having Erdrick's armor, you can pretty much walk and heal for a while.
Yep, and the reason my partner's referring to that is every time you do die, you take your gold, divide it by 2, and that's your penalty to the king to be revived. How do you think Elfgard makes its money?
Yep, taxes are one of those guaranteed things.
Alrighty, Hoodie's heading down to find out the theme. Trying here at 19, while Ryguy has gone to 20. And still not happy.
Yeah, we got 1 AP out of that, basically.
I wonder if we first to see it ahead of time.
Alright, Hoodie coming up to DL1 again. And that's the thing, and they've mentioned it in chat. This could just be throw yourself at the Dragon Lord and get lucky. It's possible. Swings for 34, gets hit for 90.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pray for a low hit where you might get 2, and that isn't it. Or pray to God they have a spell or something they may throw out at one point, so you can get a second turn.
I don't think we've seen a spell yet. It is still possible. We haven't seen one yet, and we're not checking DL1 stats. We won't be able to check
that until we have somebody who gets through at least to part 2. So you will not see that baby popping up in the middle. Not yet, folks.
So yeah, Brian pointing out a good thing here. Take off the Death Necklace and try for a triple. Ryguy hasn't equipped the Death Necklace, so has that chance. But Hoodie, because of how hard Dragonlord 1 is hitting, you're pretty much going to be locked in a heal loop. Even if he hits 50 and 50, I mean, yeah, you can survive that and possibly get a triple, but it's going to be one of those things where you just have to heal and wait for the right attack, and that can take a lot of tries.
Old Vampire finally does get the trade in for the harp. One away from getting the rainbow drop.
So here's the thing. Old Vampire Lady is a little bit behind. Doesn't have all her items. She's the last one to get the rainbow drop. But, like, the others have just been grinding for levels. It is entirely possible Old Vampire Lady gets through with luck. It is entirely possible. She will be a lot behind on experience, and therefore may have to grind a lot more to get the stats to beat the Dragon Lord. But it is not impossible.
It is never out until you see someone else's time on that racetime.gg sheet. And there it is. She does. Well, move up one. There we go. Now she has her rainbow drop. Meanwhile, Ziggy back to the grind on the Axe Knight, while the Ghosts are the course du jour for Ryguy, and Hoodie taking just a 3-step deal around the cave.
Ryguy hit 21, I saw 5 HP, and I missed the rest of the numbers.
Old Vampire seems to be deep diving grave, not wanting to think that it could be in the Sherlock yet. Unfortunately, we already do know that there is nothing down there of use.
I mean, not impossible, and you certainly want to check grave before you check Sherlock normally. But in short Sherlock, it's, well, I mean, the numbers say everything, right? You've got 2 checks in here and 6 in Sherlock.
Could this be another situation of not running this for long, so not knowing that difference?
No, not necessarily. I think it's just built into you in standard. You don't want to dive Sherlock until you've checked everything else. And maybe just a little bit of inexperience with short Sherlock over anything else.
Speaking of that, Ryguy is trying to head back to the Dragon Lord. He has the highest level of everybody at level 21.
So if he doesn't use the Death Necklace, he has 162 HP max. That is possibly enough to get through Dragon Lord 1 if it has a low HP total.
Should at least let you have 2 attacks each time instead of having to continually re-heal. Providing you don't get those high 90 and 100 attack rolls.
Take out this Droll Magi here. Oh great, having stop spell, yeah, you just swing on this. 2 hits.
Yeah, why waste your 5 magic there for a hurt one?
Red Dragon directly in front of the Dragon Lord.
Hitting 47, and there's a sleep!
Well, these Red Dragons are no pushovers this time. One more, and
that
oh,
is
wow.
it. Sleep locked into going back home. Well, if you're 1400 away from the next level, would you maybe grind that other level or just try Sherlock again?
At this point, at this amount of time, like, this is one of the longer seeds we've seen. Not the longest yet, I don't think, but one of the longer ones. I'd try at least once more to fight the Dragon Lord before I grind another level. But
is that more that you're thinking that the other guys have got to be down there going against the Dragon Lord right now, considering we've been running for an hour and 15? Or is that more of just your individual situation?
yes, both. I am very much known for throwing myself at the Dragon Lord as many times as I can, and sometimes it's worked and sometimes it hasn't. But yeah, at the same time, you're an hour 16 into a Chaos Seed, where a lot of the races have been just under an hour. You've got to be thinking that everyone else is there. And I mean, in Ryguy's case, 2 of the other runners are doing the same thing as him, is grinding and getting ready to go. And so he's not wrong if he throws himself at the Dragon Lord.
And technically here in just a few seconds, it'll be all 3 doing that as soon as Old Vampire finds out that 5th chest has nothing down in Deep Grave here.
Right, so we're actually 8 minutes under the... 8 minutes, 9 minutes under the longest seed so far this week, about 9 minutes.
So we've had, what, about a 126?
126.21 so far, other than a seed that we have not vodcast yet, so I don't know the times for that one.
Alright, let's hear it in chat. Do you think we're gonna go over or under that 126? Let's hear it in chat from you guys.
Oh, I'm thinking definitely over. And as for Flower, yeah, 3 hours plus is long, and we've certainly done those. Not in most recent iterations of the randomizer. Not saying it's impossible, but just not common. So our guy's trying to hurt more.
It fails. Takes a 57. Tries to sleep and no good. Takes another one.
For 93.
But with the magic, just had enough to stay alive. Having a back-to-back heal more though.
So
unfortunately, back.
Right, and unfortunately, this is what you have to do. He's going to run now and get blocked, taken out. But this is what you want to do now. Unfortunately, you want to go in with every heal more you have. You want to swing and hope you get hit for 50 back, and keep going and trying to heal and get your swings in when you get a low attack from the Dragon Lord.
Yeah, because even though it's random, I believe it's what capped at the 255, the 8-bit value.
Yeah, strength would definitely be capped at 255.
And for those new ones not knowing why, it's because it's the 2 character that can be hexadecimal from 00 to FF, FF being that 255 value. Ryguy looks to be just healing up, grabbing whatever he needs over at Garringham just before going back to Turlock. Meanwhile, Ziggy is heading towards the spike tile.
Stroll Magi, pretty weak. But it can dodge, apparently.
You know what could be very trolly? We have a very hard DL1, and then it'll be like the easiest number 2.
And that's one of the reasons you want to try to get through just to see what DL2 is like. Because if you get through DL1, you could possibly take out DL2 with 50 HP or 50 MP remaining.
Meanwhile, OldVampireLady does go ahead and hit the Sherlock as well, so all 4 have at least been in Sherlock.
Ziggy is in his Healmore loop now, has gotten some bad rolls.
And that's going home. Somebody's just got to get lucky, either land like a 15-16 sleep or something to try to get more than 1 hit in. Or, and so I don't even think a hurt more, even if you land through the 15-16, would be enough to take it out from what we've seen.
Apparently Ryguy got Magic Wyverned again.
There's another one. 98, but does get a lot right away from.
Okay, Hoodie going back in now for another run. OldVampireLady is getting the last chest and hopefully knows about the judge's table entrance here. It's even entirely possible.
And of course, for those of you wanting more lovely fun, we do have another race coming up later tonight and a race on Friday. So stick with us here on DW Randomizer. There she goes. Up there. After you get by the red dragon. Heading on down towards that judge table she will be doing. Meanwhile, we have the spike pile situation for both HoodyTwoShoes and Ryguy. As Ziggy is grinding to 21 in Hawkman.
So I see some comments about it in chat here, and I kind of agree. Ziggy has used the Death Necklace, Ryguy has not. Ryguy has 146 attack at level 21. At level 20, Ziggy has 147. Because of the Death Necklace, of course, so he would have 137, say.
Yep, so we're going to pick up another 9 if you go another level.
Right. But the problem is with using the Death Necklace, you lose 25% of your HP. Right?
That is
so
true.
Ryguy has up to 162. He can take a couple of hits. Like, he just took 2 without having to heal more. Gets the 3rd hit in on the Dragon Lord and survives, so as long as he doesn't get back attacked, he's good here. Immediately heal more.
start to count on him.
Goes immediately for that stop spell and blocks it. This could be it, depending on the HP level of the Dragon Lord. But Ryguy still has 108 MP. He can survive a long time here.
22 for the first.
So in this case, the correct play, because of the HP levels, was to dump the Death Necklace.
39. 55. Got 11 more heal more. 76. This Dragon Lord rolls really high. This could be good. 88. 109, so at least it wasn't the minimum.
We can go up to 230 here.
126. 136, 142. Goes for a double.
That was 160, I believe.
163, I believe, but yeah.
Has heal! He's down to 25% or less.
We're in the range.
174.
One more should do it.
I think that was 195.
There it is. Get your GGs out of chat. Ryguy has popped through. We'll pick up 5 points and go to 8 in the tournament.
Approximately 200 HP there.
And we'll get a race time of it here in just a second. And that race time GG time is 1 hour, 24 minutes, 39 seconds for our Ryguy.
That was amazing. Gwaylin is so happy. Oh, old Vampire Lady diving for that armor now.
She's pretty close to getting it.
HoodyTwoShoes is on DL1. Ziggy is hit level 21. Hoody's trying sleep. That heal more may not be enough to survive. Heal more again.
And as we have somebody through, there we have 95 hit points for the first Dragon Lord.
248
attack.
Very nice defense.
Already DL2 now for Hoodie.
Gets the stop spell immediately. This should be a lock for Hoodie here now. Is much lower on MP, so needs doubles. Right.
And the number is 221 is needed.
%50 chance at heal at 25%, and a 50% chance of hitting stop spell. Both runners hit it first try.
Yep, and that heal will start at about 160-ish.
DL1 normally does not hit for that hard, no.
Nowhere near that hard. And we'll see in a moment if we can get Ryguy here into the chat box.
I would imagine Ryguy has some choice words for his own chat first. Brian Williams pointing out, now we know the other runners know that this seed is beatable because one person has gotten through.
Yep, so they know that, okay, some way to figure the 95s of DL1. As Ziggy once again gets taken by a Magi Wyvern.
Hoodie has the Dragon Lord in heal range and managed to take him out. Gets 3 or 4 swings without a heal more. I think I would have cast heal there myself, but that was amazing.
Hey, it worked. Get your GGs out in chat for HoodyTwoShoes, who will pick up 3 much-needed points and move him up to 4. As we're talking about that, welcome in, Ryguy. Congratulations on the first.
I don't know what just happened.
What's happened?
I think probably in a weird way that horrible DL1 probably saved me, right? Because I feel like I had terrible exploration luck, messed up the coordinates. I feel like I must have been the last one to Sharlock, but apparently none of that mattered.
No, not the last one by any means. Hoodie just finished. Ziggy has been there several times, but equipped the Death Necklace early, so wasn't able to get a triple. And OldVampireLady is just about to find out. Oh, put on the Death Necklace as well, unfortunately.
And welcome in as well, HoodyTwoShoes. Congratulations and GG on your 3 points. Hoodie, this is the push to chat channel in case if you're having trouble chatting.
So, ryguy, the right option there was to go for that triple, and you were the first one to do it. Everyone, well, the other 2 runners, Hoodie and Ziggy, have tried a few times. 248 attack on the Dragonlord one.
Love to see it. Hey, I got it. Every time I have the browser for Discord, so I have to reset a hotkey every time I join. Sorry about that. GG ryguy, and seems like an interesting one to commentate.
Yeah, well, as you guys can see there, Dragonlord 1 stats are on the board, 248 attack, only 95, but you had to get through those massive hits to get there.
Yeah, it was pretty scary. I put on the Death Necklace before my first attempt, and that seems like that was quite a mistake, so ended up taking it off, and that's how I got the eventual victory.
Yeah, that extra 25% health was much more important than the 10.
Yeah, I was kind of glad
Speaking
that I
of that, sorry about that, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, I was kind of glad I went on a little information finding trip to see, and to see the Dragonlord one had tons of attack power, so I never was really tempted by that Death Necklace. But yeah, I imagine that didn't make things fun.
Yeah, I think I tried to win at 17 the first time. I don't remember; it might have been 18, but it was somewhere around there. And yeah, that was a surprise. Although maybe it might have helped me grind a little bit having the extra 10 attack power, because I was just swinging for most of when I was grinding. But yeah, it seemed like getting rid of it was the play when we got that extra attack power.
Meanwhile, Ziggy is on DL2, should be finished here momentarily. So
I did a bad job with the chords. I was pretty much in despair when I tried to count, and then I realized I thought that Tantagel was the other half of Swamp Cave instead of Tablet, so I thought that I could just go under the castle to get the princess, and then had to go all the way back to Swamp Cave, and that felt pretty bad.
Well, that was going to be my next question to you guys. Outside of Sharlock, what was the other most, well, not necessarily difficult, but interesting part of this siege for you?
Well, I was going to say, I tried counting the coordinates also, but I feel like it was kind of a gamble on if I was going to actually be able to do it or not, hoping a treasure guard would help me, but I also knew I needed Hawksness at some point. I figured Hawksness had to be somewhere out in that general area as well, and if it didn't work out, he would grab the princess. I think also it was very sad that I missed Remulder. I did a huge loop around Garanham and managed to miss Remulder, so that was kind of sad too, but otherwise I think it was okay until you got to Sharlock.
I did the same thing. I totally missed Rim the first time, and I felt like, oh, I'm losing this race.
And a quick GG's for everybody in chat as Ziggy does complete his run as well, picking up 3rd place point.
OldVampireLady got red dragoned either just before or after the Droll Magi in Sherlock.
I believe it was just before. Thinking she might be forfeiting because she sees all 3, but we'll see here.
She's not known to forfeit, but we'll see what happens.
So I think all 3 of us finished on 21.
Yeah, 21 seemed
I believe so. 21 seemed to be your magic level for you guys.
Yeah, I was surprised that we got 9 power on that level, I think. I was kind of surprised that suddenly it seemed to boost the damage range a lot. And yeah, it's a good thing that triple worked, because if that triple didn't work, I was about to ask for reseed or just quit outright, so...
Welcome on in, Ziggy. Congratulations on finishing the seed.
Thank you very much. Oh, well, most of us have finished on 21. Okay, well, I was wondering, like 20 seemed possible, but I wasn't sure, so I'm guessing, did I miss a grind or something? Because I didn't see anything that was really worth grinding. I, tried something
And
with
there
the Axe
is
Knight, didn't
a
work out.
do not finish forfeit done by Old Vampire Lady.
I was just swinging on. I saw a bunch of ghosts on the overworld, and it took a while to get them down, but they were like 240 XP or something. So whenever I saw ghosts, I just swung on them. And then I was grinding just left of Silver Harp Cave. There were 3 like 100 to 150 XP enemies that died usually with 1 hit, or hurt more, like Rogue Scorpion, Wraith Knight, and Werewolf. That was what I was doing to get the final.
Oh yeah, that's a lot better than what I found.
That was one great other place. The other one was, of course, just west of Geringham, where whatchamacallit found his ghost for high 200s per pop.
Yeah, I didn't find a ghost, actually. So, yeah, I guess that's where I ended up losing a lot of time.
Yeah, the specters were good too, but I only saw them in Mountain Cave and Swamp Cave, and I didn't want to grind that. Yeah, the ghosts felt like they might have been 40% in that one zone by Geringham. They were popping out a lot there in that desert.
Well, I guess that's where I lost time. I ended up equipping the Death Necklace and beating up Axe Knight.
Well, everybody's going to come out with some decent points out of these first 2 rounds out of this group. What are any of you guys have taken a look at any thoughts of next week's seed?
I'm pretty new with Stair Shuffle, and my experience has been that I'm not great at it, so I'm hoping to get a little bit more comfortable recognizing floors, and like I don't want to rely on an easy Charlock. I want to try to get better at recognizing maps. So that's my.
Yeah, next week seems really confusing with Stair Shuffle and Three's Company, because usually with Three's Company you grab the princess and bolt for the bottom. But with Stair Shuffle, you don't know how to get to the bottom. So do you grab her and try to go through like 14 floors of death to get there? Or I don't know what we're going to do with that. So
it seems the most common strategy I've seen over the couple of years we've had it is to grind up enough to the point where you can rappel your way through the dungeons.
Yeah, that would work. I know there's the idea of Flower Power in chat saying like scouting the route first, but then that feels bad if you have to make 2 trips, but that's better than dying. And I don't know. It just, yeah, the grinding until you can repel, but then you're like, but then I'm grinding when I could be winning. There's a lot of options.
Yeah, there's so many variables. I feel like you have to have like a very dynamic game plan and kind of let what the seed has kind of dictate what your choices are. Like if you need to get an item down in a mega dungeon on the overworld and you see like all of the Charlock floors or you see Grave and all the hard floors down there, you got a better idea that like maybe Charlock won't be so difficult. So, you can kind of like just kind of have to take it as it comes and then make your choice based on what seems like it's going to be the
Oh, Dragon Lord 1 had heal more. Wow.
I don't think anyone actually saw it. I believe Aaron was watching and everyone took Dragon Lord 1 out in 3 hits-ish. So you would never have gotten them down to 25% in most cases.
I'm not sure. I might have taken 4. I might have just been using a lot of heal mores to try and, not die on my next attack. But I got real lucky to kill DL2. I think he gave me 2 heals or 3 in a row at the end there when I was 1 hit away from death. So yeah. That was.
I finished with 5 heal mores. I completely obliterated them.
Yeah, Hoodie went in with a few, really short on MP after DL1. The Axe Knight in Hawksness. I think Ziggy was the first there, and once we pulled up the stats, we all knew it was 7 HP. So we were thinking, okay, there's your torch, there's your fairy water, it's the easiest way to kill him, because the defense was really high, it was 200 and something agility. And I don't remember how everyone did it. Old Vampire Lady got a crit.
That's a good way to do it. The second time I went there, I ended up throwing a fairy water, and it worked.
Yeah, I filled up my inventory on fairy water right after that and knew that was going to be my plan for the next attack. And then it just took 1 for him to die, so it was kind of disappointing, but,
Yeah, I loaded up on fairy water early for, like, the beginning part of the game, and I still had them around. So when I got there, I saw him. I think I put him to sleep first or something like that. Then I swung and saw the bad news. It's like, oh, let's use some of these fairy waters, and Yeah, it didn't take long.
That was some nice armor location as well.
It took me way too long to find Cantlin at the beginning. Like, I couldn't find Cantlin for like 6 minutes because I didn't go right, and then I didn't find. Like, I thought I was losing this race because of missing things that were like a screen away from other things.
Man,
Ryguy was the first to find it. I think he was the only one that went east to start. And I think Old Vampire Lady was the last to find it. She had constantly gone towards the two caves up to the northwest. But yeah, Ryguy found it right away, and the rest of you were a few minutes behind for sure.
I have never ever sold an herb to buy a broadsword before. That was a really weird way to start
That
a
was
seed.
great.
That was great. Yeah, selling your 12 to go ahead and buy your two $2 items.
And that's a great.
Right, when Ryguy first found Cantlin, we were like, oh no, he has no gold. Oh wait. But good on you for remembering you could sell those herbs. All right, so with that, again, GG's everyone. This was really fun to watch. There were a lot of fun moments in this, especially once you started getting the deal one. That was just a laugh for all of us. Any last thoughts on the seed?
Nope, other than thanks again for everybody that organizes these matches. Always very fun to participate. I don't know if I'm going to see any of you in week 3, but good luck in week 3, everyone.
Yeah, good luck to everybody, and definitely echoing thank you to all of you that put on these productions. It's a lot of fun for everyone, so I know that we all appreciate it.
Yep. GG's everyone, and thank you all. I appreciate it as well.
And while you have a moment, please go ahead and give all of our runners today a follow in their Twitch channels. So, of course, as well as our trackers, my other fellow restreamer, and our Flower Power, the best Z in the world, giving us the restream.
All right, thank you again. Let's find somewhere to raid. I don't know if the other race is still going on or not.
I believe we have a race starting in about 20 minutes, but I haven't seen anything in our restream channel yet.
Cool. So we'll just send everyone over to RPG Limit Break. They're not live, but it will be shortly with the next race. So everyone go over there, stay around and chat, and cheer our next slot of runners on.